Hi, Cub Scouts. My name's Al Lambert, and I'm the Director of Outdoor Adventures for the Boy Scouts of America. And as you hike as a Cub Scout, and eventually when you become a part of the Scouts BSA, you'll want to go to Philmont Scout Ranch. Philmont is an amazing experience where you get to backpack and hike in some great places in New Mexico. My good friend Joe Duffield is going to take you on your next adventure right from Philmont Scout Ranch. So Joe, take it away.
Thanks, Al. And thanks everyone for joining us. My name is Joe Duffield. I'm coming to you from Philmont Scout Ranch today. The first thing we're going to talk about is some of the supplies that you're going to want to have with you and some things to think about when you're planning a day hike. So I'm going to kind of run through my list of a lot of the hiking essentials here that you're going to want to have. So first and foremost, I think, especially for New Mexico, is going to be water. Water is one of the things that I err on the side of caution with, and I'm always prepared to pack a little bit more than I think I might need. You never know who in your group may run out of water. So definitely a water bottle at least. Along with water, you've got food, snacks, something to keep you energized. Make sure you have enough calories to sustain the activity you're doing. So I'm going to throw my food in my bag. Sunscreen as well. You never know when sunburn can get really bad, especially out here in New Mexico. It kind of pairs well with the rain gear. It's kind of one or the other, but a lot of times you'll need both in the same day. So sunscreen, for this part of the country, maybe in your part of the country, bug spray as well. I'm gonna throw that in my bag. I got my rain jacket here. A lot of the times rain pants are gonna be a good idea as well. Something to start a fire with. So here I've just got a regular box of Strike Anywhere matches. Could be a lighter, could be something else. Just one of those really great kind of irreplaceable survival items that everyone should just have. I keep one in the bottom of my backpack at all times, even if I'm just going to the office. You never know where you'll find yourself. Pocket knife as well. Obviously, and one of those excellent survival tools to have. You can do a lot of different things with a pocket knife, as you know. Let's see here, I've got a headlamp. Headlamps are really awesome because you can obviously attach it to your head, and then you can still have both your arms and hands to kind of hike, climb, cook, whatever you may be doing on your camp out or on your day hike. Headlamps are always excellent to have with extra batteries. Keep those in your backpack as well. What have I got left here? I've got my map. We're here at Philmont, so I've got my Philmont overall map. Make sure you know how to use your map and compass to figure out where you're at when you're hiking, whether it's through the triangulation, maybe to figure out where you are based on, okay, this mountain's to my north, this mountain's to my east, where does that put me? So things you'll continue to learn throughout your scouting career. Always great to have these with you as a backup. I know a lot of people like to use their phones now, but nothing beats, a good old map and compass, because it's never gonna run out of batteries on you. So that's what's in my day pack for my hike today. Let's see, over here I've also just got my mask. Always good to have an extra mask or two in the day pack these days to get you ready for your hiking trip. So just be sure, always have these essentials with you. And we're gonna be talking a little bit later here about a first aid kit. Our buddy Nate has got a first aid kit presentation for you that you should always have something similar to that with you as well. So thanks for tuning in.
Hi, my name is Nate Lay. I'm the Chief of Medical Services for Philmont Scout Ranch, and an important part of going on a hike is having a first aid kit to treat most of the common things you're going to see on a hike. So I'll show you just a little bit of what I carry in my first aid kit before I go on a hike. First thing is going to be Band-Aids. So 2 sizes, large and small. Very important to have those to put on minor wounds. If it's a little bit bigger wound, some gauze pads, a little bit of a rolled bandage there in a nice sterile package, and some tape. We see a lot of knee and ankle injuries here, so having a small ace wrap to be able to wrap that up and put a little bit of compression on it is really important as well. A triangular bandage if you need to make a splint. For wounds, I also carry a little bit of antiseptic wipes and some triple antibiotic ointment to make sure I put on those wounds as well. Tweezers so that I can remove insects or splinters, clean wounds. That's always really nice to have. Another big one we see at Philmont, blisters. Blisters on your feet while hiking can make you miserable, but being able to bandage them, having a little bit of moleskin to be able to bandage those blisters makes a big difference. And then finally, we want to make sure no matter what we're doing that we have a pair of gloves and we're staying nice and safe and clean and protecting ourselves while we're doing it. So I always carry a pair of gloves in my first aid kit. That's really it. If you have those supplies, of course, any kind of medications that you might want to take, talk to your adult leaders or your parents about what medications you might need, and especially if you have any medications that are prescribed to you, make sure you carry those with you as well. But if you have those things in your first aid kit, you'll have a great hike.
Now, to talk about a few of the other things you'll need to keep in mind when planning your hike, the two most important ones that come to mind for me are, one, having at least a buddy. So obviously, you have to hike with someone else just for safety. That way, if anybody gets hurt, the other can go and get help or get whatever you need. Obviously, 3 hikers is going to be safer than 2, 4 maybe a little safer than 3. So consider having an adequate group size. And along with that, be sure to tell someone at home or someone at the pack where you're going on your hike, so that way they know exactly where you're going to go, when you're going to be back, who's with you, provide them a roster and things like that. Something else to explore is switching around some of the leadership opportunities during your hike. So whether that's trail leader, lunch leader, things like that. There may be someone who just moved to your town, who just moved into your pack that is, could benefit from an experience like being the trail leader and learning your local area, learning who's in the pack, and kind of getting their feet wet with how, a leadership role works in your pack. So switch those around, hike with at least a buddy, and tell someone where you're going. Are going to be 3 of the most important things about planning a hike. So.
One of the big things that we always look for in anytime we're going out on a hike, especially here in the summertime, is to make sure that we're watching out for dehydration and overheating. And a big way to do that is make sure that you're drinking lots and lots of water. So always drink water, watch your buddies, take a break periodically and make sure that your buddies are all taking a break and drinking plenty of water. Staying really hydrated will make sure you're having the best hike you can.
So next up, we're going to talk about the outdoor code a little bit. So the outdoor code reads, as an American, I will do my best to be clean in my outdoor manners, be careful with fire, be considerate in the outdoors, and be conservation minded. So that's something you need to be kind of maybe looking into and maybe thinking, okay, am I always clean in my outdoor manners? Do I leave things laying around the campfire when I go to bed at night, whether it's my boots or my camp shoes or whatever it is, which brings us to the second point, be careful with fire. Are you pulling sticks out of the campfire and, running around with them? Hopefully not. If it's in the fire, it stays in the fire. That was the rule in my pack and in my troop. The next one was be considerate in the outdoors. So talking about other people. It might not just be your pack out there. Keep in mind other people might be trying to have a peaceful outdoors experience. And then the last one is be conservation minded. So asking yourself, okay, is what I'm doing right now hurting the environment or am I helping it? Are you trampling across a meadow that maybe you shouldn't be? Is there a path right over here that I could take instead so that my tracks aren't straight through? All things to be thinking about all the time, and nobody's perfect, but it's always just asking yourself, what can I be doing better to keep this place beautiful for other visitors? So thanks everyone for tuning in to our session here at Philmont Scout Ranch. I hope that our couple minutes together maybe reminded you of some outdoor ethics things or reminded you about that piece of gear that you might not have ready in your day pack right now. And at this point, I think we're going to kick it back to Al to go on to the next base. So thanks for tuning in.